Tweaking in the UK. You know where they tweaking at? In Tulse Hill. I don't even know if I said that shit right. If you from the UK, can you let me know if I said that shit right? But the gangs is LTH versus UTH. I don't know what the fuck they got going on, but I think they getting wild over there.
Now, the London borough of Lambeth is located within South London. The borough is home to around 328,000 residents. Lambeth has also been ranked within the top 10 most dangerous boroughs within London. The overall crime rate in 2023 was 132 crimes per 1,000 people. This was 26% higher than London's crime rate being 105 crimes per 1,000 people. Now, due to the high crime rate within Lambeth, this then results in gangs being very present, with Lambeth having many different gangs that have deadly rivalries within the borough. Within Lambeth lies a district named Tulse Hill. In recent years, Tulse Hill would see a deadly
Hey, I said that shit right. Tulse Hill on gang
war, with the area being split into two sections that violently beef each other, these being Upper Tulse Hill and Lower Tulse Hill. The gang war between these two areas has gotten so bad that people living within each area would basically be forced into beefing each other. Now, LTH or
I mean, that's how it really be, bro. Honestly, that's how it really be. That's the fucked up part. That's why I tell niggas, bro, it's harder being a nerd in the hood than being a gangbanger in the hood, bro. Because if you in the hood, bro, it's kind of like you kind of like forced in that shit. You ain't forced, but it's kind of like you kind of forced in that bitch somewhat. So you being a nerd in the hood, bro, when you really around that shit, that's actually way harder than playing follow the leader and do what everybody else is doing around you. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Lower Tulse Hill is a large street gang based around the Tulse Hill estate within the SW2 postcode, whilst Upper Tulse Hill is based around the St. Martin's estate. They are also based within the SW2 postcode.
And when I say nerd, I mean like, like a comic book geek. That's what I mean by that. Cause this shit, you feel me? Just because you're not doing this shit don't mean you not nerd. Mean you nerd.
During the 1990s, Tulse Hill gang members would mostly be affiliated with Brixton gangs like PDC. However, in the early 2000s, Tulse Hill gang members would begin to go by Tulse Hill Mandem. They would also go by T-Block. Around 2000.
Yeah. Just stick with the T block. I don't know what the fuck the mandem mean. All these UK motherfuckers be like, mandem, that shit sound too proper, bro. Y'all can't be out here doing all this dangerous ass shit saying y'all mandems. That shit just don't sound like, come on, bro. But it's probably some different shit in the UK, you feel me?
2008, a younger generation based on the Tulse Hill estate would emerge. They would go by TN1, or Trust No One, and Tell No One. This generation was known to be deadly. During
Alright, that name, that's actually a decent name. I fucks with it. Even though that's a pretty common name that people would say, pretty common thing that people say, but that's decent.
this time, TN1 had a deadly beef with nearby Gas Gang and were affiliated with BHB and PYG. In recent years, both gangs have split into two sub-gangs that now have heavy beef with each other, but you may be curious as to why they have beef. Now, originally both gangs would be affiliated under the Tulse Hill Mandem, with the Tulse Hill Mandem being spread throughout the Tulse Hill estate and the St. Martin's estate. During the early 2010s, a 15-year-old member of TN1 named Lil Zach would actually be killed by Gas Gang members. This would take place in July 2010, when 4 Gas Gang members would ride out looking for rivals. They would spot Lil Zach at school. Zach would begin to run within the school after noticing the group. However, he would only make it around 130 meters before he would be stabbed 4 times by the rivals.
Man, bro, y'all out here hawking down the little kids and shit, but what they say though, what they say, motherfucking, uh, it don't matter your age. If you begging, we killing you. That's what niggas be saying, bro. So it's like, bro, I can't say it's fucked up, but that's how the game go. Cause them young niggas, them niggas that's killing you, they'll probably get killed by some niggas too while they in school, bro. Cause that's just what come with it.
2 of these wounds would puncture his heart, and sadly, he would be pronounced dead moments later. Following the death of Lil Zach, members within the TN1 gang would be divided. However, it wouldn't be until around 2013 that further tension would occur, resulting in 2 subsets being created, these being LTH or Lower Tulse Hill, who were predominantly youngers, and UTH or Upper Tulse Hill, who were mostly olders. However, they do have some youngers. LTH nowadays is allied with 6'7", 5'5", and 417, whilst UTH is allied with 150 and 410. Previously a part of Gas Gang, they are also allied with Claptown or CT. However, it would be around 2013 that
Also, Claptown be clapping motherfuckers, huh?
LTH would actually go by 861 or 86. This stood for TN1 when typed onto a trap phone, and during the time when drill was heavily being popularized by 6-7, these guys would actually also be making their own waves within the scene. Songs like Formation and Hands On would both gain a lot of attention within the scene. Both of these songs sit at around 3 million views. However, just as fast as they rose within the drill scene, they would fall, as they would seemingly stop dropping songs and wouldn't be heard from again. With the 8-6 name dying out, and a new set of youngers starting to rep Tulse Hill, these youngers going by LTH, or Lower Tulse Hill, which has become very prominent within the scene nowadays, with rappers from this gang going on to gain millions of views. Prominent members of LTH include C1, G41, and DT, whilst prominent members of UTH include Mayhem, Smokey Jack, and Shuds. During 2011, following the death of Lil Zach, 2 other members associated with the TN1 gang would be killed. This included a member named Ziggy, who would be linked to 6-7, TN1, and 8-6. However, he would sadly be shot dead in 2011. The other member.
Damn, bro, they is popping niggas in 2011 and shit, bro. I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. It's like, bro, when niggas motherfucking be gay, baby, do they ever think like, man, bro, what if I just motherfucking just try to get money and leave this shit alone? Niggas like, hell nah, bro, we got to kill a nigga, bro. Fuck all that shit.
Would be a member named Nana, who was a TN1 or 8-6 member that would be shot in a drive-by shooting around 2011. Rest in peace, Ziggy and Nana. However, for simplicity's sake, I'll only
Bro, why don't we never hear about shootings, bro? It's like, it's crazy as hell, bro. Because we don't hear about no shootings in the UK. Like, when we hear about shit, it's always stabbings. I'm not finna bap to you. But then I watch these videos, they talking about motherfucking, oh, they motherfucking shooting niggas. We don't hear that type of shit. That's why most niggas say UK don't got guns. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because if they would have told this shit, niggas would be like, damn, UK actually got guns. But the image that y'all put out to the world, y'all don't got this shit going on. But I think UK, they trying to make themselves look better than what they actually seen. That's why they be deleting all them bitches and shit. They only want niggas like Central C to go viral, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. They don't want y'all little fucking, these bad motherfuckers going viral, making the UK look bad and shit.
Really be talking about the younger generations of these gangs, being LTH and UTH. Now, the beef between Lower Tulse and Upper Tulse has been dangerous from the start. Around February 2016, an alleged member of UTH would jump off a bike and shoot towards rivals, who were thought to have been Lower Tulse Hill members. This entire situation would be caught on nearby CCTV, with it showing the attacker jumping off a bike and running towards the members shooting at them. Luckily, it seemed no one was in.
Well, that little ass gun he had in his head, folks ass was in that bitch shooting that little pew, pew, pew. Now he had motherfucking, that probably was like a 38 or some shit. What the fuck he had?
Showing the attacker jumping off a bike and running towards the members shooting at them.
Nah, that bitch small as hell, gang. You see that bitch, bro. What the fuck is that bitch, bro? He hit the new bitches with the Russian. Is that a Russian gang? Is that one of the Russians y'all niggas be talking about, bro? Folks ass most definitely try to hit a nigga with that shit, though.
Luckily, it seemed no one was injured. However, this was one of the first instances of the gangs having a rivalry, with the new younger generation beginning to get active within the streets. This generation of LTH was affiliated with nearby 6-7, 4-1-7, and 5-5, or GID, with 5-5 or GID becoming very involved in the beef between LTH and UTH. It would be around the beginning of 2017 that a young LTH member would actually begin to rap, this being C1, who would drop a song in August 2017 titled Look What Tulse Done. This song would gain a lot of attention, with it currently sitting on around 560.
Oh yeah, y'all. This is why niggas go to jail right here. Why the fuck are you gonna make a song? Did you see what Tulse done? And then look, it's probably some diabolical ass shit. And the niggas be like, damn, why the fuck I'm going to jail?
60,000 views. However, C1 wouldn't stop there, and later in December 2017 he would drop a song titled Life I Live, which would also gain a lot of attention, currently sitting on 734,000 views. During 2017, a 17-year-old low-key member of 5-5 or GID named YK would actually be spotted in music videos. He would be seen in a Mitchum music video titled Slide and Lurk. He would be close with gangs like 6-7, Mitchum, 4-1-7, and LTH due to his involvement with the 5-5 or GID gang, which was affiliated with the gangs. However, YK would sadly become a victim to the street life, with one of the bloodiest days occurring within the beef.
That's for
It would be on the
YK.
last day of 2017 that 2 members involved in the beef would be killed, with these members even being dissed today by UTH members. On the 31st of December 2017, a member affiliated with the gang 55 or GID, based around multiple estates within the Streatham area. This member was named YK, and due to his gang ties, he would have a rivalry with UTH 410 and 150. However, he would be closely affiliated with gangs like 67, LTH, and Mitcham. Anyways, YK would be traveling on the top floor of a bus with his friends within Tulse Hill. He would spot UTH members and would seemingly act aggressive towards them. As the 3 UTH members boarded the bus, they would make their way to the upper floor of the bus and would spot YK. The 3 UTH members would exit the bus in a pursuit to get away from YK and his friends. However, YK would soon follow out of the bus. 2 of the UTH members would run into a convenience store. However, YK would flash a knife he had on him at the time to the UTH member. The UTH member would then retrieve a knife he had and would stab YK once in the chest. This wound would pierce YK's heart.
You see, this what I mean. I ain't gonna cap to you. Niggas be scared, so they show that weapon and shit, but you don't know. You showing that weapon, trying to scare a nigga off, is gonna make a nigga kill you, bro. Cause you never know. A nigga could have just been trying to beat your ass real fast, just show you that you was a bitch. But now you showing the weapon. Oh yeah, now we gotta, we gotta come with that type of aggression with them, because I see folks get that shit. You feel me? Like if you put out that type of energy, that motherfuckers damn near gonna kill you, bro. Like, if you're not ready to motherfucker actually stab a motherfucker when you pull that bitch out, bro, don't pull that bitch out, bro, because you damn near making your situation worse.
Following this, the members would flee, leaving YK to
Hey, they
die.
got some bad bitches in the back. Hold up!
Paramedics would arrive on the scene. However, he would sadly be pronounced dead moments later. With a murder investigation being launched, this would see a few arrests taking place. However, in 2021, a teen would be arrested and charged on the same day, this being Shocks from UTH. However, I couldn't find if he was found guilty. What I do know is that he claimed self-defense and would actually find himself wrapped up in another case months earlier, after police would find him in possession of over 20 knives. Rest in peace, YK.
Nigga, what the fuck is this nigga doing with 20 knives, bro? Like, you only got 2 hands, my nigga, so why you got 20? Oh, this nigga probably got the different type of knives, the zombies, the Rambos. I know what folks got going on. This shit crazy. Y'all niggas really be having multiple knives like that, like stacking them bitches up like they guns. That shit crazy.
Following the death of YK, a tribute song would be uploaded in 2019, this being from a rapper named YL. The song was titled Rest in Peace YK, and was a direct tribute song. This song is quite unknown, with it only having 3,000 views. However, it shows that YK was a loved member and would be remembered by many different members. However, the violence wouldn't stop there, and on the same day that YK died, another member affiliated with LTH would actually be killed. Around 2017, a member of LTH named Shaq would get close with a member of AP named Ghost, which was based within Enfield, North London. Anyways, Shaq would be given Ghost's drug line. However, Shaq would begin to see that the drug line made loads of money. So when Ghost asked for the line back, Shaq would refuse to give back the drug line due to how much money it made him. Ghost would plan to attack Shaq, and on the 31st of December 2017, Shaq would be lured to a bando within Enfield. However, what Shaq didn't know was that Ghost and other members would be waiting to attack him.
That's why you shouldn't be fucking with niggas from different areas and shit, because look, soon as you do some shit they don't fuck with, they gonna backdoor you. That's why niggas be getting backdoor so much, because niggas like to fuck with other niggas and shit from other areas, like, oh yeah, they cool and shit, but you don't understand, they just cool with you, but if you do some shit that they don't like with, you the first nigga they gonna backdoor. You feel me?
And retrieve their drug line. When Shaq would get to the bando, he would begin to trap inside the house. However, moments later, 3 members including Ghost would storm the house and would ask Shaq for the drug line phone back. Shaq would refuse, and a fight would ensue within the house. Following this, Shaq would be punched many times. He would also be
Damn, the drug line. I didn't know what the fuck the drug line. Also, they got phones that got all the serves going to that one phone, bro, and a nigga got the phone. Oh, that shit low-key kind of raw, but yeah, that shit easy, so niggas passing the phone around so they could get money and shit. Now he like, nah, I want that bitch back. That bitch booming. That shit crazy, bro. I didn't ever think of that shit.
be stabbed in the chest. The attackers would steal the phone back, as well as cash on the scene and bags of drugs. Police and emergency services would arrive on the scene moments later, following a disturbance in the flat, with Shaq being airlifted and flown to an East London hospital. However, he would be pronounced dead moments later. Following this, a murder investigation would be launched. This saw no arrests made within the first few days, until the 8th of January 2018, when Ghost would actually hand himself into police at Wood Green Police Station. A trial would take place with Ghost being charged for the murder. He would be sentenced to life for the murder and would be handed 21 years in jail. Rest in peace, Shaq.
Damn. Damn, they cooked his ass, bro. But I mean, shit, you might as well just turn yourself in, get that time out the way, bro. Get that 22 years out the way, because it's like you being on the run, you going to get caught eventually. Your life going to be fucked up while on the run, bro. And you just going to end up doing that time eventually, and shit, you might as well just get it out the way. And don't deal with all that stress of being on the run.
Following the death of Shaq, members in LTH would begin to get active in the music scene, with C1 dropping some real UK drill bangers. This included a song titled Slums, which was released in March 2018 and currently sits on 1 million views. Another song was released following this, in April 2018, titled Do It Again. This would blow up and currently sits on 1.8 million views. However, these numbers wouldn't compare to his next release being a song titled Hide and Seek, which would instantly blow up and currently sits on 14 million views. This song would also become popular on TikTok in recent years. This put LTH on the map around this time, and during this time a younger member of LTH would start to appear within music videos and would even rap alongside C1, this being a 16-year-old named J-Sav, who would even feature on a Next Up freestyle alongside C1. However, by the time this song would release, sadly J-Sav would have become victim to the streets, with J-Sav still being remembered today. On the 5th of November 2018, J-Sav would be standing around Greenleaf Close within Tulse Hill. At around 11 p.m., he would be waiting for his parents to pick him up when two cars that contained opposition members from the 150 gang, which has become very well known in the drill scene in recent years. Anyways, two cars would approach J-Sav. The rival members would decamp the car and would attack J-Sav. The members would draw knives and would stab J-Sav multiple times. They would flee the scene following the attack, with J-Sav's stomach even being left open.
Damn. But this why I ain't gonna cap to you. Niggas shouldn't be waiting outside. Like, nigga, you should know, like, being in the streets, the last thing you should do is be waiting outside for a ride, bro. You need to be in the spot, bro. That's go for anybody, bro. Just anybody, bro. If you got an Uber, anything coming through, bro, motherfucking don't leave out till the motherfucker say, I'm outside. Don't never come outside when the motherfucker say, oh, I'm pulling up. But motherfucker, you damn near come outside when they say, where you at? And they be like, I've been outside. That's when you damn near come outside. I ain't gonna cap to you.
The saddest part about this incident was that J-Sav's mum would witness the incident. She would phone police. However, sadly, J-Sav would die in her arms moments later. Following the attack, a murder investigation would be launched. This investigation originally saw 4 people arrested. However, until this day, no one would be charged or found guilty for the death of J-Sav. Rest in peace, J-Sav. J-Sav was a very prominent member of LTH, with him even having a few unreleased tracks. However, due to him being closely affiliated with the LTH gang, he would become target to rivals and would sadly lose his life before he could see the potential in his music. 150 and UTH would disrespect J-Sav a lot following this incident.
I mean, that's what come with it. I ain't gonna cap to you. Like in a drill scene, bro, you being inside a hood, you gonna go up, you gonna get more views just because you inside a hood, you feel me? Especially if the hood known. But now you risking your life a lot more just by being on that hood. You feel me? Because now everybody, nigga, they just gonna want to damn near smoke you just because you the face. Like niggas know you one of the most known niggas in that shit. So now they gonna, you feel me, get you just to, you feel me? Just so motherfuckers can know we got your most main nigga, you feel me? But if you do that shit solo dolo, bro, niggas still might try to kill you, but niggas ain't gonna be on your ass as much, but you probably ain't gonna get as views as fast.
With popular rapper M24 often referencing the incident. Following the death of J-Sav, images would circulate the internet showing J-Sav chilling with other LTH members like C1 and Caps. This just shows how prominent he was at his young age. Rest in peace. It would be around 2017 and 18 that an alliance would become more prominent within South London, this being the Hillside Alliance, which was an alliance of gangs that would ride out together, often catching ops from another alliance, being the Gas Alliance. The Hillside Alliance would consist of the gangs Cuckoo, 6-7, 417, Team Raw, LTH, 55, or GID, and would be named Hillside, due to LTH being based in Lower Tulse Hill.
I ain't gonna cap to you, bro. If it got a hill up in that bitch, bro, it's damn near gonna be some bad shit. Like it seemed like all the park, hill, all that shit, bro, is bad shit. In America and the motherfucking UK. Don't live on anything that got hill. I ain't gonna cap to you.
and 6-7 being based within Brixton Hill, whilst the Gas Alliance consists of the gangs 410, 150, CMG, Claptown, CT, Wano, TOG, UTH, 37 and RSG. This is often why we see LTH and 6-7 members riding out together onto opposition territories like UTH and 150. It would be around 2019 and 2020
a lot of niggas
that more
clicked
youngers
up.
would start getting active on each side. LTH members would allegedly be applying pressure to UTH around 2019 and 20.
Appreciate it, my boy.
Even being stabbed by an LTH member and having to be airlifted. However, luckily, this member would survive. 6-7 members would also be chilling with LTH loads, and around this time, a member of UTH named Reckless would be spotted by 6-7 and LTH.
Hey, Reckless ass look like he kind of old, bro. It look like Reckless ass down there pushing like 30. Reckless ass down there shit. Start working on starting a family. I ain't gonna cap to you.
Members. The members would stab Reckless in his lung, leaving him to bleed out. He would actually die on the scene. However, luckily, paramedics would be able to bring him back to life. However, sadly, only months later, in March 2019, Reckless would sadly become victim to the streets, with him even being heavily disrespected even until this day. On the 27th of March 2019, a member of UTH named Reckless would be lured to a block of flats by a Squeeze section member named K-Squeeze. He would lead Reckless to the flats, as Reckless owed him £10,000 following a drug debt.
You see, Reckless, why did Reckless, you see, this is why I don't understand with niggas, bro. It's like, bro, you died, nigga. You literally died, and they was gonna they brought you back to life, bro. You wasn't fit to make it, bro. You get a second chance, you don't be like, bro, maybe that's my only chance, because lots of people don't get a second chance at living. I feel like if I get a second chance at living, bro, I'm not gonna do no shit like that. And Reckless, like I said, they look like you should have been working on starting a family, gang. It look like you a little bit too old for this shit. All these other niggas they showed look young as hell. Then we see Reckless. He looked like a middle-aged man. I ain't gonna cap to you, bro.
Reckless would reach the flat. He would be lured to a balcony, where he would be shot multiple times in the chest and head. Following this, the attackers would flee.
You see? You see? And this is why they shot your ass, because they knew that stabbing shit wasn't gonna work. So now they be like, okay, you a surviving motherfucker. So now they gonna do extra shit to make sure you don't survive this time. So it's like, bro, that's why you should just cool out, bro. Because if you still in the streets, bro, and you already survived one incident, these niggas gonna try extra to kill you, bro. To make sure there ain't no motherfucker, oh yeah, this nigga get revived. They gonna make sure your ass don't get revived, bro. That's why I'm trying to tell you, bro. You just need to cool out, because now niggas really want to get you, bro. Because now they low-key feel some type of way that they slid on you and you live. They damn near feel like they the goofy now.
And police and emergency services would arrive on the scene. However, Reckless would sadly be pronounced dead moments later, with another murder investigation being launched. This investigation saw the arrest of K-Squeeze. However, police would still be looking for another suspect, this being the shooter of Reckless. However, police would never find the shooter and would charge K-Squeeze for the murder, as he lured him to the flats to die.
Now, K-Squeeze do look kind of old too. All right, but I did see, I think Reckless was like 25, bro. So I think these one of them niggas that just, you know, some niggas, bro, they be young and they just look like they middle-aged motherfuckers. I feel like if you look middle-aged, that's your body trying to tell you you need to stop doing this shit, bro. I ain't gonna cap to you.
K-Squeeze would receive a life sentence with a minimum of 34 years, even though he didn't shoot Reckless. Whilst it's not 100% known who killed Reckless, what is alleged is that it was a 5-5 or GID member. However, a lot of people speculate 6-7 had something to do with it, due to how much they mention him, with it being rare to not hear Reckless's name in a 6-7 song, with disses towards Reckless being very popular. An example of this would be when PR Sad would rap saying, "It's a reckless world. Corn in his chest, now it's Reckless's world." However, until someone has been charged with the shooting of Reckless, we will never know. Rest in peace, Reckless. Now, since the death of Reckless, the beef between UTH and LTH has continued, with multiple acts of violence playing out between the gangs, with shootings and stabbings becoming very common, with it even being alleged 2 members of the UTH gang would be airlifted by an air ambulance following a stabbing around this time. However, a lot of these stabbings and shootings wouldn't be reported within the news, but instead in the music made by both gangs. It would be around 2020 2020 that a younger set of 6'7" would begin rapping. This included rappers PR Sad, who would drop One Wish, and has even been a part of the war since around 2015, and Dope Smoke, who would drop a UK drill banger titled Threat to Life. Both of these rappers would be cold from the start, and have now grown a strong fan base. Now, around 2021.
But where do these UK niggas be getting all these masks from? Like, these niggas really be going cool with the mask. Like, these niggas be having masks. I'm for that nigga bro as hell with that mask go. I ain't gonna cap to you like they got the type of mask on. Like when you was a kid and you seen those type of motherfuckers in the cartoon show with those type of masks on, you be like, folks ass raw as hell. But these niggas just gangbanging now with raw ass masks.
C1 from LTH would still be continuing with his rapping career, with him even bringing on other members of LTH. This included a member called Slims. However, LTH wouldn't be the only ones starting to make music. A member of UTH named Shuds would actually drop a cold song titled Doughboy, where he would diss LTH, GID, and other rival gangs. Shuds is actually a seriously cold rapper. During 2021, 410 members and UTH members would actually link up and drop a hard song titled Rizla. This was an insanely rude song, with every opposition member being dissed. Now, during 2021, a member of UTH would sadly die. However, this was not due to the streets. Now, on the 31st of October 2021, a member of UTH named Timmy, or T1, would sadly die from a heart attack, with it being alleged he died due to smart whip. With members of UTH.
What the fuck is a smart whip? What's a smart whip, y'all? Can y'all tell me what the fuck a smart whip is?
UTH instantly starting to pay their respects to him following his death. A member of UTH named Shuds would actually get Timmy's name on a hoodie he wore, with people in the comments paying respects to Timmy by dropping comments like Timmy's World Forever and Timmy's Hill. Another member of UTH named Smokey Jack would also drop a preview to a song titled Dumb and Dangerous, with the caption of the post quoting, "Long live Timmy Hill," had the on blast. However, LTH members and 6'7" members would basically see this as another win, and would be dissing Timmy so much, with these rappers starting to incorporate Timmy within their bars. Recently, a member of 6'7" named Dope Smoke would drop an entire song dedicated to dissing Timmy, this being titled Smoking Kills, with him rapping, "Thank God, I put down the smart whip." Prime example is T1's death. Another member of
Oh shit, damn. I ain't gonna catch you. Niggas don't be caring if niggas die, overdose. They don't care any type of way, bro. They gonna diss you on gang.
LTH named G41 would also go live recently with 6'7" members like Dope Smoke, with them doing balloons and shouting Timmy. They would also pin a comment that said T-Whip, insulting Timmy as he allegedly died from smart whip. However,
So wait. So is a smart whip basically like a whip it? What them niggas be doing out here, them whip it things? That's basically what a smart whip is. Or is it different?
G41 would take it a step further and would drop a song titled EBK, and in the music video to the song, he would rap in front of a smart whip canister, acting as if it was a mic. This just—
Oh, that is a whip it. So those whippets. So those whippets. Oh, cause I'll be like, bro, he seen the whippet, the Galaxy gas shit. Oh, all right. Now I know what that shit is. Why the fuck do niggas, that shit dumb as hell. Why the fuck do niggas take that shit, bro? Niggas do the dumbest shit ever. Like, why would you want, like, I used to do that shit as a kid just to change my voice with a helium. I don't know if that's the same as the whippet shit, but shit, that shit used to make me dizzy.
just shows the hatred both gangs have for each other. However, my condolences go to Timmy's friends and family. Rest in peace, Timmy. Since the death of Timmy, the gang war in South London has exploded, with members of LTH and 6'7" being heavily allied. At the beginning of 2022, C1 would drop a UK drill anthem titled Tulse Hill Tour. This song and music video had serious 2017 drill vibes, with fans starting to point out the potential in C1. During 2022, C1 would actually be quite consistent within the drill scene, with him dropping songs like Simon Says with from one side, and Hillside Demons with LD from 6'7". Both of these songs were seriously hard and currently sit on around 400,000 views. However, C1 wouldn't be the only rapper seriously popping at this time. Around the end of 2021, Dope Smoke from 6'7" would drop a part 2 to his previously disrespectful tune titled No Filter. The chorus of this song would once again feature the rude bar from the previous song being, "I get bored of these Upper Tulse Hill Utes. The Upper Tulse Utes don't score no points." He would then follow this bar up with a list of dead ops followed by got put in a joint. Around October 2022, a song would be uploaded to Press Play Media. This song would be titled A-Team and would feature 3 new members from the LTH group. The members on this song would include Slims, Bonzum, DT, and G41. This song is seriously underrated, with comments starting to point out how hard the other members were. However, both of the members wouldn't be that active until around 2023, when DT would drop a cold song with a 6-7 member named Brooka. This song would be titled Never Made It Far and would be seriously cold. However, following this song being released, DT would actually...
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I feel like, honestly, bro, why them drill rappers... Do the drill rappers be getting signed to record labels and shit? Like with them big ass deal like how our rappers do? Cause it's like, all these rappers that's getting these views and shit, they end up quitting. Like, nigga, if you was in America, bro, all the record labels calling you, nigga, they try to sign you, nigga, and they and let the police try to take down the record label motherfucking music. Boy, the record label go get on the police ass. I ain't gonna cap to you. They don't give a fuck, bro. When the record label doing some shit, bro, nigga, that boy, I ain't gonna cap to you. But it seems like these niggas ain't getting that money on for they drill music. These niggas just rapping. These niggas just rapping, bro. Yeah, a few. Why the fuck these niggas keep quitting then, bro? These niggas getting views and shit. Why the fuck these niggas ain't getting the record labels, bro? That's why I'm not understanding, bro. These every rapper he talk about, bro, they rap, get hella views, then they stop rapping. What the fuck going on?
Be arrested. Whilst DT was in jail, G41 would drop a track titled EBK, which was seriously rude and dissed loads of rivals. This song would gain G41 a lot of attention. At the start of August 2023, a member from Stockwell named C Figures would link up with G41 and Dope Smoke. These rappers would drop a seriously hard song titled Feel Like, which is one of...
Oh, these niggas ain't getting views like the other niggas. The other niggas, some niggas had millions. The couple nigga before, one of them had like a 14 million. I didn't never hear that song though, but everybody promoted Central C. I'm trying to tell you, bro, they ain't promoted that shit over here, bro.
G41's most viewed songs, and to say this song was cold would be an understatement. However, it would only be days later on the 18th of August that DT would be fresh home from jail. Following his release, he would drop a seriously hard song titled Family Guy, which had...
150K deal is okay, but you remember... Some rappers out here in America getting $1 million deals at 16 for doing this drill rapping shit, bro. I'm just saying, bro, they not giving y'all niggas the money on for y'all work. That's all I'm saying, bro. Cause it look like I haven't seen it look like these niggas still inside the hood. Like these niggas ain't living like Central C. What's the fuck that nigga name? Dave. I haven't seen one nigga living like them niggas, bro. All these niggas in the churches, bro. So obviously, bro, they ain't giving them some money, bro. I don't know what the fuck they doing, bro. But they ain't treating y'all rappers right. I don't know.
Some very disrespectful bars. This would gain a lot of attention with it.
Oh, is it a hater back?
45,000 views. It would also
look at my page that I make money on.
C1 would diss another member of
Goofy.
LTH on Snapchat. This member being MA, who was
Google
also
me.
a LTH member.
I'm not even a
He would also
YouTuber.
post talking about another member of LTH named MJ, who would allegedly snitch. Following this, tension within the LTH gang would begin to arise, and recently we would see it escalate. Recently, the in-house tension between LTH would actually escalate when G41 would call out C1 on his story, with him writing, "Need to take LTH out their name cause is not gang. Man are releasing songs and they're not comfy in the hood. Don't make sense." C1 would respond to G41 on his Snap story stating, "Please be safe with no motion hating at an all-time high right now." And
Oh, gang, please be safe, bro. Niggas with no motion is hating at an all-time high right now. You feel me? Nigga, Google me, bro. I'm not a YouTuber. Life as a full-time content creator. I didn't say life as a full-time YouTuber, did I? Dumbass little boy. Can you read? Can you comprehend? I didn't say YouTuber. Dummy. Fucking goofy.
And the calmer you are, the clearer you think. Move with strategy, not emotion. Following this back and forth, DT and G41 would unfollow C1 on Instagram. So I imagine there is tension between LTH members, and I hope this doesn't escalate to a full-on beef, as all of the rappers involved are seriously hard. However, a lot of these rappers lack consistency to blow. If you have learned anything from this video, make sure that it's to stay out of the streets.
Yeah, these niggas be tweaking, but these niggas don't give a fuck. These niggas gonna keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. Because they just don't give a fuck, bro. I ain't gonna cap to you. And these niggas gonna see this bullshit and they gonna get up in the streets. I ain't gonna cap to you. You said that shit ain't stopping nobody. The niggas who don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. But the niggas who gonna do it, you saying that ain't gonna stop shit. But if you watch this video all the way through, I know your ass fucking with another motherfucking video. So go ahead and go watch another motherfucking video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and what? Turn on post notifications so you never miss out on any content like this. Go